Hey, what's up? JJ here, and I was on Reddit over the weekend, and I came across a post by Clay_Bricks, essentially showing some of the leaks or rumors for the January 2025 Lego Harry Potter sets. The information originally came from BrickTap, who I have gotten information from through Discord in the past, so I'm gonna kind of share what that information was, and then run through my thoughts on what those sets would look like if they were to come out in the January wave. So the first three sets are all labeled the prefix Hogwarts classrooms. So like I said in an earlier video, those sets are probably going to be able to connect to the Great Hall that just came out. And those were the Charms class, the Dueling Club, and the Flying Lessons. So I'm really interested to see how those work together. Similarly, there is another Diagon Alley. This is the Wizarding Shops. They weren't specific in terms of which Wizarding Shops, but later in this video, I kind of theorize what three buildings I think are likely to appear in that set. A night bus. We haven't had an iteration of the night bus in a couple years now, so I'm excited for that. Hagrid slash Harry's motorcycle. That is a new set. We haven't seen that before, so I'm interested to see what that looks like. And the one I'm most excited for, Malfoy Manor. I don't expect it to be a huge D2C version, but I'm very excited Lego's finally doing it. I went to the Lego website and I pretty much pulled earlier iterations of all of these sets, and I'm going to kind of talk about those and talk about what I expect the new January 2025 sets to look like.
First up, we have set 76441, Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club. We did have the Dueling Club earlier in 2002, as you can see here. If you notice, the name specifically says Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club. The new wave of Hogwarts Lego Harry Potter sets have this prefix Hogwarts Castle, the Great Hall, the Owlry, to show that it's going to somehow blend in with the new Hogwarts Castle design. Now, the Dueling Club takes place inside the Great Hall, so I'm really curious if this is somehow going to connect onto the Great Hall, into the Great Hall. With that being said, I actually do not think it's going to look like the Hogwarts Castle Potions class we saw earlier this summer, only because I think like the size will be a little bit different than we see for this set. With that being said, next is set 76442, the Hogwarts Castle Charms class. Last time we saw this was with the Hogwarts Moments, and I can see this being very similar to that Potions class set that we got this summer in terms of the outline, the build, the ability to fit right into the bottom of the Great Hall, very similarly to the Potions class, the Hufflepuff Common Room, and the Troll on the Loose bathroom. Further evidence of this is the fact that the Potions class also was released as one of the Hogwarts Moments books, so it would make sense they're following a similar view with the Charms class as well. Another one of the original Hogwarts Moments class sets was the Transfiguration Classroom, and I could see this also being released very similar to the Potions class and what I'm assuming is going to be the Charms class in January of 2025. Again, here is the Potions class. This is how I expect the Charms classroom to look, and if we get a Transfiguration classroom in the future. But there is one set from the Hogwarts Moments that I do not expect to look like this, and this makes me really excited, and that set would be the Herbology classroom. If the 2024 Hogwarts Castle system is really set to be the most detailed, largest Harry Potter castle set we've seen, it would make sense if the Herbology classroom was created as an entirely separate Hogwarts greenhouse, which would be really amazing, something we haven't really seen fleshed out before, and it would be a really cool addition to the entire Hogwarts system. It's also worth noting that there is no addition or expansion to the actual castle grounds with this wave in January 2025, which raises the question, I guess next summer there will probably be a large expansion. What will happen to classrooms that don't fit into a dungeon and are more from a tower, such as the Divination classroom? I'd be very interested to see if they're going to have the same dimensions as some of the classrooms, like the Potions class and Charms class, that can fit under the Great Hall, and a classroom that would need to fit inside of a larger tower. Also on the list is set 76447, Hogwarts Castle Flying Lessons. In the past, the flying lesson sets have fit in to the overall castle build, but it's usually a little different than the classrooms because so much of the set is really taking place outside. So I can see this connecting to the Great Hall. I mean, I expect it to in some way, but I don't think it's going to be a set like the Potions class and the Charms class that you could slide underneath the Great Hall. So I'm curious to see what this ends up looking like as well. Another set rumored to be released is set 76443, Hagrid and Harry's Motorcycle. I'm not entirely sure what I expect this set to look like. If we look back to the Fort Anglia, which was released this summer, this was a nice $14.99 set. And I always like when Harry Potter and other themes release smaller sets, so I could see this being minifigure scale and kind of a cheaper, maybe $20 set. But I could also see Lego releasing this in a much larger scale that doesn't fit within the minifigures as more of like a motorcycle, motorbike, little basket for Harry expansion. Another set is 76446, the Night Bus. And this is a set we've gotten quite a few times before. There had been rumors previously this was going to be a non-minifigure giant Night Bus release as a D2C, but since those usually come out in the fall and we already have a rumor of what that's going to be this year, I think this will be in minifigure scale and very similar to ones we've seen in the past. The Night Bus usually sells pretty well. It's a very iconic piece next to the Hogwarts Express, so I think it makes sense to release it. It's been a few years since the last iteration. Next, we have set number 76444, Diagon Alley Wizarding Shops. And what's interesting is that prefix, Diagon Alley, we've seen with the Weasley's Wizard Wheezy sets, as well as the newer set that just came out this summer. I think this means these will be connected again, similar to the Hogwarts Castle line with that prefix all connecting together. We saw the most recent Ollivanders and the Magical Menagerie released this summer, and I expect whatever new Diagon Alley shop they release to fit in this same theme. I have 3 theories as to what the new shop could be, since it's pretty ambiguous from the leaks so far. First, I could see them potentially doing a Gringotts in the same scale that we've seen with this new line of Diagon Alley shops. I think this is the least likely of my 3 theories, but it is possible, even though Diagon Alley is still on the shelves. My other thought is they could expand on another one of the buildings from the original Diagon Alley release, and my guess would be they would do the Quality Quidditch Supply Store, because they've already done the other 2 main ones that you would associate with it. And this could be really neat as well. But what I really think they should do, and what I'm really hoping they do, is if they do a throwback to that original Diagon Alley set, originally from 2011. And the shop that I would like them to do from this set, of course, is Borgin and Burke's. I think it would be a great addition. As you can see, they could do it pretty well in this scale too, for a great build. And it kind of ties into the last set that is rumored to be released, which is Malfoy Manor. Malfoy Manor is rumored to be set 76453, and I know a lot of people were hoping for a giant D2C size Malfoy Manor, but given the rumor that the D2C for this fall is actually going to be a Burrow set, I don't expect Malfoy Manor to be that big, which is okay. We've never done it in Lego form before, so I will be happy with pretty much anything the designers make for this set. But I expect the sizing and the theme to be closer to what we saw with the Grimmauld Place set, where it's more of a building facade and then the back is opened with the play features and the scene set up behind of it.
Let me know what you think of my thoughts and if you have any other ideas of what will be happening in January 2025. I really like the new Hogwarts Castle system, so I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Till next time, thanks.